Welcome, race fans. Tonight, ECR takes to the Tricky Triangle here at Pocono, Pennsylvania for 96 laps. Thanks for joining us here, and I got to welcome in the booth here with me, Jeff Dotson. Welcome, Jeff.
Yep, good to be here, Rudy, and looking forward to ECR's race tonight here at Pocono.
96 laps. Tell me your thoughts on 96 laps here tonight.
Well, that's a long race for iRacing on Pocono. A very tough track, and I think it'll be very mental challenging on these drivers tonight. As you know, we talked about before here at Pocono, 3 different distinct corners, and I think 96 laps around a track like this, very challenging, and we'll see how tough it is on these drivers tonight.
Yeah, the bad thing about this track, cautions. Oh boy, cautions can be so terrible for these guys. Long ways around here and doing 75 miles an hour. It just seems to take forever to get around this track. But I was just kicking this around here, Jeff. Do you have the points available that you could run down through the points for us?
Yes, I do. Hopefully I'm saying his last name correctly. Nelson Riviera. He has 462 points. He is the current leader here at ECR after 13 races out of 36 race season. Second place is Joshua Witherspoon. He has 429 points. He's 33 behind Nelson. Third place is Justin Bland with 416 points. He's 46 behind the leader. Fourth is Brian Wilderson. I believe that is Wilderson. Okay. He has 415 points. He is 47 behind. Fifth is John Schweikert. He has 412 points, 50 behind the leader. Sixth is Stephen Massey. He has 372 points. He's 90 behind the leader. Seventh is Brandon Simmons with 355 points. He's 107 behind. Eighth is Anthony Fitchner with 352 points. He's 110 behind. Ninth is Kurt Quist with 312 points, 150 behind the leader. And rounding out the top 10 is Chuck Harrell, I think that is, with 298 points, 164 behind.
All right, very good. Thank you. Drivers meeting underway. Looks like it may be breaking up here. I think they're about to get back under practice conditions here. Yes, I do believe they are. Short drivers meeting tonight. We still got 3.5 minutes of practice left to go here, folks, and then we'll be on to qualifying. So again, thank you for joining us here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. Hopefully you enjoy the show here. If you like it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the thumbs up under the video name right there, right under the screen. There's a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit the like button on that. Right now, we only got 2 drivers that have not taken a practice time. Josh Witherspoon and Pat Rouchet. Everybody else is taking a practice time. Looks like Anthony Thitchner, top of the leaderboard right now in practice. See if he can hold that up for qualifying as well. I was just thinking, Jeff, one of the big questions that a lot of people ask is, I know there is some drivers out here that do like to downshift in a few of the turns, and I guess the big question is how many drivers are going to be doing that tonight? You know, whether it actually makes you faster or not, I guess that's totally up to the driver. Maybe they use it as like a braking tool going into the turns. It does kind of slow them down. But then you got to shift back up, so you're constantly shifting. Turn 1 and probably turn 3, would be my guess, is probably where they'd be doing downshift.
Yeah, I believe so. Turn 1 and turn 3 are the two most interesting corners of the track. Turn 2 is a little bit easier than those two corners, so I believe that those two will be the ones where they're downshift. I have before seen drivers downshift in the 2, but not as much as they have in 1 and 3.
All right, well, we'll be right back here. We'll play our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, we're back here with times coming in. Looks like Tony DeGennaro being one of the only ones that turned in a time yet. There we go, Jay Adair coming in. Salmaso taking the pole.
Yeah, Chris Collins out there for a second, but Luis knocked him off.
Nelson Rivera takes over second. Luis still hanging on to the top spot, though. Got a lot of guys that got here that have not qualified yet. They like to play that mind game and wait till the last second. Everybody thinks they got the pole, and then they come out and just smash that record. Not saying there's any mind games ever played in iRacing. We see that a lot, don't we, Joe?
Yes, we do.
It's all part of it, though.
Yep.
Thomas Lattimore, another quick one. Out with the pole. Definitely one to keep your eye on tonight, Thomas Lattimore. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of qualifiers here tonight. It doesn't look like, anyhow.
No, I don't believe so. I did see a thing in the chat box here by one of the race admins. There were a few cars that didn't take a 10-lap requirement in practice. They had to do 10 consecutive laps. And there were some cars that didn't do that, and that means they basically just got their qualifying option just taken away from them because they didn't do 10 laps from what I read by race control. So I believe there's a couple guys due to that won't qualify.
Michael Leiby taking the pole now, and by quite a little bit too. 48 1/1000ths of a second.
Yeah. There's some drivers coming up through here that are getting quicker, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some more that do as well.
Yeah, Matthew Hibbs joined me in the booth last week. That was pretty cool. He did a great job too. Yeah, up there pretty much for the whole race and helped me out. That was pretty awesome.
Cool.
To thank him again for that. That was quite a deal there to have him into the booth with me and help me out, and he did a super job. No, he's not going to take your place, Joe. Don't panic. He just helped me out last week. I didn't have anybody to help me, and
oh, I'm not worried about anybody taking my place.
Because you were going to help me, and you couldn't because you're having graphic issues on your old computer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm glad you got a new computer now and everything's rocking and ready to go.
Exactly. Yep. And I'm here to help you throughout the rest of the season and
awesome.
with ECR and other leagues to go along as well that I still do with you as well. So,
well, so far only 9 qualifiers.
Yeah, interesting.
Well, they have a 10-minute window, so I'm sure there's some guys, the ones that want to play that mind game. There's 10.
Yep.
Ronnie Norman taking a lap. And Anthony Thitchner taking the pole. He did back up that practice. Awesome. Great job, Anthony. Congrats. So far. Haven't seen John Schweiker take a time yet. And there's a few others that haven't taken a time yet. But that's a smoking fast lap right there. 54.254.
Yep, and well, sadly, I don't think we'll see John Schweikert take a time because he was one of the drivers that was told not to qualify due to the 10-lap rule in practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just noticed his car number there was 1, and I noticed that 1 was in that message by Luis there. So, yeah, John Schweikert is barred from qualifying, sadly.
Yeah, that means he's going to have to start in the back of the field and work his way up.
That'll be a bad idea, though, at Pocono.
No, no, not by any means. 11 qualifiers so far.
Yep, and there's only 2 minutes left in qualifying.
Nicole Johnson, good to see her tonight. And doing a lot of praying for her, hoping her health improves, and obviously it has been improving. Going to get out here and turn 96 laps with these boys. Obviously, she's not going to take a qualifying. Got enough time here. Let me talk to if I can get her up here. Nicole Johnson, do you have a copy?
Hey Rudy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Pretty good, thanks.
Are you ready to go out here and turn 96 laps with these boys on this tricky triangle?
I'm gonna try. I got a pretty loose set. I've been trying to tighten it up. It's definitely gonna be a little tricky with my paddles that I use for throttle and brake. I wish I had my foot feet, but hopefully in a few weeks, hopefully I'll have my foot feet by the time we get to Sonoma in a couple of weeks.
Very good. Well, how's your health been doing? Hopefully a lot better.
Yeah, I'm back home now, doing real good. I've been dealing with some family issues with a couple of my friends passed away, so I've been dealing with that. And but everything's going really good this past week, so I can't complain.
Very good. Good luck tonight, Nicole, and get out there and show these boys how to do it, huh?
All right, I'm sure gonna try. Thanks,
Okay.
Rudy.
Okay. Let's see. Another one we can talk to real quick here. Oh, no, never mind. We're going to the grid.
Yep.
Here. Starting on the pole, Anthony Thitchner with a 54.254. Congratulations to Anthony for grabbing the pole. Michael Leiby will be starting second. Thomas Lattimore third. Luis Almaso fourth. Chris Collins starting fifth. Nelson Rivera sixth place. Chuck Harrell starting seventh. Ronnie Norman eighth. Stephen Massey ninth. And Matthew Hibbs rounding out the top 10. Jeff?
Yep, we got Jay Adair starting in 11th, Tony Diamond in 12th, John Schweikert will start 13th, Joshua Witherspoon will start 14th, Michael
Edry
will start 15th, Justin Bland in 16th, Michael Kenner will start 17th, Steele in 18th, Douglas Hess 19th, and Ron Miller 20th. Rudy?
Tony DeGennaro in 21st, Nicole Johnson starting in 22nd, Pat Roche in 23rd, Kurt Quist 24th, Victor Cantrell in 25th, Matt Moritz 26th. We are ready. Kick these boys off here, boys and girls. I don't want to leave out the girls. Ready to get
so
things
instead
started.
Exactly. So instead of gentlemen start your engines, we have to say drivers start your engines.
There you go. I think that's how that all come about, because there's a lot of ladies getting into driving now.
I figured they would have called on by now and said, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines, but would have been kind of cool.
Noah's in chat and said he wants to ask you a question.
Ask me a question?
That's what he says. He said he wants to ask you a question.
Okay, Noah, shoot away. Ask away. Although I can't see the chat, so Rudy will read me the question, and I can answer as best as I can.
Wants to know if you live in Virginia.
Well, you be close. Not Virginia, but West Virginia.
West Virginia. Hey, 26 cars track. Not a huge field, but a pretty good size one say the least, man. Pretty awesome here for well, thank you, Trevor. Appreciate that. We will give it our best shot. This is where the pace car, we were just talking about this beforehand, where the pace car barely makes it. I mean, it doesn't even hardly break off of the front of the group, and the green flag is out. So get ready to start this race, Jeff. I'm telling you, this is going to be, it's going to be a quick start here.
Oh, it will.
Michael Libby starting on the outside of the front row. Going to be a race to see who can get into turn 1 first. Here we go, folks. Get ready. Pace car's in, and green is out. Well, that one was a little delayed that time.
Yes, it was. Pace car was almost back to pit road before the green flag came out on that one.
Good race into turn 1 here. Anthony Thitchner with a little lead. Michael Libby will follow right in behind him. And here comes Thomas Lattimore, a guy I told you to kind of keep an eye on tonight. Oh, Libby out of shape. Lattimore he's gonna definitely take advantage of that situation. And he makes that pass complete on Michael Libby, goes into second. Chris Collins in a close third, Luis Almaso fourth, and he's going to get passed up by Nelson Rivera. Rivera taking it clear down on the bottom, coming out of turn 3, and he will complete the pass on Luis and go into 5th. Anthony's already pulled away from the field by 1.3 seconds. These guys are going to be playing catch up here. Lattimore way up the hill, looking for grip. It's a little early to be up there, but he looks like he may hold off Chris Collins right now. Libby side by side with Chris Collins. This is getting interesting here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Jeff.
Yes, it is. These guys are racing almost like it's coming down to the end of the race here, and it just started.
Yeah. It was supposed to be 96 laps, and then that's 100. Okay. Went from 96 to 100.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm showing.
I see that now.
100 laps. Well, Lattimore holds off Chris Collins for the time being. Let's go back here in the field. Ronnie Norman, 9th place. Get passed up by John Schweikert, or Schweikert trying to pass up Ronnie Norman. Not going to happen just yet. Norman goes way up the hill. That opened the bottom lane up. Got to shut the phone off. Whoops.
Yeah. I'll say one thing, Rudy. John Schweikert is on a move here. He started 13th, and he's already making a pass for 9th place here.
Yep, just made it. Yeah, he's definitely on the move. Tony Diamond in 11th. Justin Bland, another one to kind of keep your eye on here tonight. Been really fast lately. Oh, Michael Libby out of shape. Coming out of turn 3, really slow on the racetrack. It's going to go backwards. John Schweikert got by. Wow, what happened? Because Schweikert just went clear to 7th.
Wow.
What happened? Something happened there between Jay Adair, possibly Chuck Harrell, and Michael Libby. I don't know. There could have been a little bit of a check up there or something. Libby goes clear back to 11th. Michael Kinner now in 12th. I just noticed Nicole Johnson has dropped clear to the tail end of the field, taking her time right now, trying to get that she's got some different pedals. But out front, Anthony Thitchner by 2.6 seconds has led all 4 laps so far.
And I didn't see what happened to Michael Lobby there, Rudy, there right before we saw him there. Coming into turn 3, it looked like the number 20 car of Chris Collins got a little loose there going into the corner, and Michael Lobby hit him, and that sent Michael through the grass there in turn 3, and it made the number 20 car of Collins to hit the wall pretty hard.
Oh, boy. Nelson Rivera hanging on to 3rd place. And Luis Salmaso goes into 4th. Chuck Harrell climbs up to 5th. Chris Collins goes back to 6th place. Jay Adair 7th. And it's a traffic jam back here.
Yeah.
Quite the racing going on right here for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Michael Libby goes back to 9th place. Justin Bland in 10th. I didn't see what happened to John Schweikert either, because John's all the way back to 15th now.
Oh, no, I didn't catch that one.
Something happened. He's getting ready to pass up Michael Kinner again.
Yeah.
A little slip or maybe some contact between him and another driver. Not sure, but yeah, okay, he goes back into 14th now. Comes back in right here behind Matt Morris. Can't stay on him because he's blinking a little bit. Ron Miller getting passed up by Stephen Massey. Stephen moving a little closer to the front now. Lattimore trying to reel in Thitchner. I do not know that, Noah. I guess he's driving the number 2 now. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody wanted the 88 or whatever. I do not know. Matthew Hibbs is actually running the 88. Actually, I think Luis ran the 88 for Matthew Hibbs last week. That's why Matthew Hibbs joined me in the booth. I think that's what it was. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it was. And Anthony Thitchner now 2.7 seconds in the lead. Got Thomas Lattimore trying to break the draft there of Nelson Rivera, making sure Nelson doesn't close up any closer on him. But the thing of it is, Jeff, if those two could get connected together and use the draft, it could help them reel in Anthony Thitchner.
Yeah, they could. And I believe, as our friend Rudy would say here, folks, Anthony Thitchner putting on a clinic out here tonight.
That ain't no lie. Well, Michael Libby's working his way back closer to the front as he's back in 6th again. And look at Justin Bland putting the move on Chris Collins and goes into 7th. So tell me he's not moving forward.
Yes, he is. Justin's been 16th tonight, and he's already in the top 10. So I think he's looking to come up to the front here and race these guys up in the top 5.
Ronnie Norman trying to pass up Chris Collins. He didn't have the line coming out of turn 3, but let's see how he manages here in turn 1. Here comes John Schweikert. John Schweikert's already back up to 11th. He's kind of run into a roadblock right now with these guys up here racing. going to have to pick and choose which lane he's going to want to go with. Ronnie Norman trying to complete that pass on Chris Collins, has not had the horsepower. There, he finally does it. That opened up the door there for Jay Adair to slip in. Him and John Schweikert. Both of them pass up Chris Collins right together. That puts John Schweikert in the top 10 again. Anthony actually leaving these guys in the dirt again. He's 3 seconds ahead of them. Nelson Rivera still trying to close that gap on Thomas Lattimore. He just has not been too successful. He's just been hanging right there about half a second behind him. For this pack of cars back here that is starting to mount up, we've got a whole pack of them here, starting with John Schweikert. He did get around Jay Adair and goes into 9th. Now he sets the sights on Ronnie Norman. I think it's about time for a little crank it up. Jeff, what do you think?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. Oh, we got a spinner. Matt Moritz taking it out in the grass. No caution, and it looks like his engine just let go on him.
Oh, no.
Go back and take a look here and see if we can figure out exactly what happened to Matt. Like coming out of turn 1, the car just stepped out on him. He tried to save it, and he might have been blinking a little bit too. He hit the outside wall. Immediately come right to the inside wall here, and he's going to hit it hard. And then the engine let go. Tough break for Matt Moritz, and he will be sitting on pit road. Anthony Thitchner with a 3.4 second lead over Nelson Rivera as he did get around Thomas Lattimore.
Anthony's just on a rail right now. Nothing's stopping him either.
He's trying to get that win. I'll tell you, he needs a win. Haven't seen him in victory lane in a little while, so yeah, he needs it. Pat Rouchet now chasing down Michael Kinner. Finds himself in 14th position. And caution free so far. Ron Miller, 15th. Josh Witherspoon. Josh started in the back of the field. No, he didn't. I thought he started. No, he was. That's right, he wasn't. He started 14th. Tony DeGennaro started 21st, running in 17th. Well, you just kind of wonder, Jeff, just how long Anthony's going to be able to hold these guys off. He's driving the wheels off of that thing and literally got to be just grinding the rubber up on them tires. Wonder how long he's going to be able to maintain that 3.3 second lead he's got right now.
Exactly, yeah. As far out as he's going and as quick as his car is, he has to be using a little bit of real estate up on those tires. So I believe those things are starting to get pretty worn, and he might have to start backing off a little bit to kind of conserve them.
Chuck Harrell and Michael Livy getting close to being in a battle together. Don Schweikert breaking away from that pack back there is now stretched that out. He's about a second and a half ahead of Stephen Massey. Once he got clear of Stephen Massey, he just seemed to be out there in clean air and started setting sail. Stephen Massey's got Justin Bland breathing down his neck. If we can get a look back on from Anthony Thitchner back to second place Nelson Rivera, that's what 3 seconds looks like, folks. They are, Nelson is actually chopping that time down a little bit now, down to 2.8 seconds. So Anthony might be struggling with his tires right now.
Yeah, I believe he is.
Yeah, because Nelson is down to 2.4 seconds, so they are coming.
They are. And I think with Nelson and Thomas working together here, it is also helping them catch him as well, with his tires getting wore out as much as they are.
Yep, down to 2.2 seconds. Anthony's led all 17 laps so far in the race, but these guys are bearing down on him, and I'm sure he's feeling it. I'm sure he's watching in his rearview mirror and on his relative and saying, man, these guys are coming like a freight train up through here. But once was that 3.5 second lead is chopped down to 2 seconds now. This seems to be where Nelson excels right here, coming off of turn 3. He didn't that time. Maybe gained a tenth or so, but usually he gets a pretty good run off of 3, better than Anthony. Lattimore right there in third, down to a second and a half. Somaso's still hanging on to fourth. Chuck Harrell fifth, Michael Livy sixth, and John Schweikert seventh. A little ways back to Stephen Massey in 8th. And Jay Adair and Justin Bland guys getting close to a battle here. Bland 10th place. Ronnie Norman still hanging on to 11th. We're trying to keep an eye on this, how much Nelson Rivera is chopping that time down. Now, pit stops, Jeff. I'm kind of wondering here, we're probably not too awful far from pit stops.
No, I wouldn't believe so. I say the good pit window here for the Gen 6 cars at Pocono is around 25 to 30. So I'll say in the next couple, 5, 15, maybe 5, 10 laps, we'll see them start to hit pit road.
Nelson Rivera pulling away from Thomas Lattimore out there almost, well, he is about a full second. Well, I'm telling you what, I think Nelson Rivera right now is about the fastest car on the track. He definitely has closed up so much on Anthony Thitchner. Anthony was the fastest, and now that they're getting on these older tires, I think Nelson's starting to reel him in. And boy, these guys are going to definitely welcome new tires, aren't they?
Exactly, they are. And there's a lot of them that's in need of fresh tires, too, as worse as this track eats them up. And we get our first caution, Rudy, at lap 20.
Go see where it's at. Chris Steele. Went to Chris Steele, but I don't see.
I went to Michael Kenner, and he hit the wall coming off of turn 1, but he kept it straight and kept it going. He didn't get loose or spin out, and he didn't hit any other cars, so I don't really know if that was it either, but that's where mine come up to.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Oh, right there. Pat Rouchet.
Oh.
Pat Rouchet went sideways.
Yeah, I see that now.
Okay, I thought I seen Pat Rouchet drop a little bit there, so that was where the caution was. He just got loose coming off of turn 3.
Yeah.
Well,
looked like he might have been trying to enter the pits and didn't get the car slowed down quick enough, and when he tried that, it made the brakes locked up, and he got loose. That was still weird. It took me to a car that wasn't cause. So that was a little strange there.
That is kind of odd. That mine too, same way. It just kind of took me to Chris Steele, and there was nothing wrong with Chris Steele. I don't know. It was weird. Well, we're going to see pit stops here. Anthony's going to bring them all to pit road, folks. So get ready for pit stops here. Let's see who's going to beat who off of pit road. Now that everybody's caught up together here. Could turn into an interesting race now, but Anthony's definitely one to watch here tonight. He's got a great setup under that car.
He does.
Here they come. We had a drive-through there. A couple of guys that did stay out. And Jay Adair actually did get to lead that lap. So Jay Adair will be our leader right now. And 3 of them. Like Douglas Hess did a drive-through on pit road. Not sure if he missed his pit stall or what happened there. Victor Cantrell stayed out. And Jay Adair. And Jay led 1 lap. American. I
don't know. I noticed that too, but I was kind of wondering what that was as well.
Well, we're almost a quarter of the way through, Jeff. That was a nice green flag run right there.
Yes, it was.
See if Jay, Victor, and Doug all come to pit road here. Gosh, I wouldn't think they'd want to stay out on them old tires. Like, yeah, they are going to come in. Doug Hess is not going to come in. He's going to stay out.
Interesting.
Well, let's see if we could maybe get, can you find Chuck Harrell? Maybe let's talk to Chuck Harrell.
All right. I got him right here.
Want to talk to him?
Chuck Harrell, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, tell us about your run you're having out tonight here at Pocono. You started 7th, and you're currently running in 10th place. How does the track feel to you? And
8th place.
Well, that's weird. Why mine say 10th? Oh, I apologize. You're running in 8th. Tell us how your car feels out there tonight and how the track is.
The track's really loose. We had setups that were perfect last night, and then we came today and they were really loose. So it's been a struggle. You kind of have to just bide your time for now, and each pit stop, do a little bit to it and see if you can make it better. I drove through my pit there and had to back up, so lost some spots, but we'll get them back. Be patient. Yeah. It's a long race.
Yeah, exactly. 100 laps here tonight. Getting ready to get the restart here, and couple laps here. So how is it key for the restarts here for you to get a good restart here at Pocono?
Well, we can't do like NASCAR. We got to wait till we cross the line to leave. So otherwise, I'd be out there 7 wide like they were.
Hear you on that one. How do you feel about the tire wear out there? Do you feel the tires are wearing a little more than they normally do, or how's the heat from the track or anything playing a factor with that?
No, tires weren't too bad. We had about 85% left on the right front. And we drove a little hard there for a few laps, and then I backed up and just started biding my time. I think you'll be okay. It'll run through 30 laps is about all you can run on them.
All right. Well, good luck for you here in the rest of this race, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later on at the end of the race.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for covering it for us. This is great.
Yep, you're welcome. Good luck, and we'll be talking to you later, hopefully.
All right, well, Anthony Thitchner does retake the lead. Nelson Rivera on the outside. A little different than the very start of the race, but we've got a lot of guys that are trying to play catch-up here to the back of the field. They pitted late, making sure they've got the freshest tires that they can possibly get and packing every single ounce of fuel in that fuel cell they can get in there. We're going to ride along here in a couple of minutes. We're going to ride along on board here with the driver and show you the new dash that just come into play here. Well, just today, the new update here that came about, the digital dash that came on board with the Gen 6s. We'll show you here in just a couple of minutes once they get started. Pretty cool. I kind of like it. But you won't see the numbers or anything, folks. They have that to where when you're watching a driver, you can't actually see any of the speeds or anything like that. They don't. That would be kind of a cheat. So here they go. Pace car's in and green is out almost immediately that time.
Yeah, it was a little bit quicker than it was on the start.
We'll ride along. How about we ride along with, oh wow, there's Luis just jumped in. Now him and Thomas Lattimore in a good battle here side by side. Lattimore on the inside. Luis on the outside. Oh man, Anthony Thitchner he is driving the wheels off of that thing right now. Anyhow, I was going to say, let's ride along with Thomas Lattimore here real quick and you can get a picture of the new dash that just came out today, the new digital dash. Make it a little more NASCAR-ish.
Yeah. Oh, just saw Stephen Massey there in a 6 car. He took a ride through the grass there going through the tunnel turn, but he did a great job keeping it off any other drivers, and he didn't hit the wall and kept it clean, so good save there for Stephen.
You know what I just noticed? It does show the lap time on there, though. That's pretty amazing.
Interesting.
Wow, that is cool. I'll get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lap time accurate.
Yeah, I also heard and looked at the iRacing update for that. There's also supposed to be a way, like the NASCAR drivers can change the way the digital dash looks. We're supposed to be able to do that too in iRacing and actually make the digital dash look like it's the old analog gauges. So I think that'd be kind of interesting as well to have that perspective in it as well.
All right. Michael Lively
No,
back.
another one off in the grass.
I did not see who that was. Jay Adair,
Yeah,
I believe it was. I'm trying to catch up with him.
I think it was, yeah. I was actually riding along in a car, looking at the digital dash as well, and I saw it from the driver's windshield, so I didn't actually catch who it was either, but I did see him go through the grass.
I don't know if I can go back here and catch this off of turn 1, I believe.
No, it was off turn 2.
Yeah, I'm just coming off of turn 1 here, though.
Okay.
He goes into turn 2. Trying to see if he caught that. No, he just pinched it down a little bit too much. So, wow, what a job of saving it, because that wall was coming. Oh, he did hit the wall. Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, he did hit the wall.
Ooh. Yeah.
Dang, too
Tough
bad.
break for Jay. Ooh.
Trying to make the best of it, though. I don't think the damage was too significant.
No.
He's going to go back to the tail end of the field, 25th position. Litchner again stretching that lead out 1 second over Nelson Rivera. And if it's anything like the last green flag run was there, and Nelson, I think he learned a little bit right there not to let Anthony get out quite so far. Of course, he was battling to get into that second position, and now he's in second. We may see a pass for the lead here in the near future. We saw Masso Schweikert right on his tail. Let's go back in the field here a ways. Pat Rouchet, 22nd. Nicole Johnson, 23rd. And now there's a lady that knows how to keep that car clean, I can tell you that. And I don't want to jinx her or anything, but she does a great job of keeping that car clean. Victor Cantrell, 24th. And actually, Jay Adair's not that far behind them. He's actually starting to feel the draft coming off of Victor Cantrell now. He can start using that draft to his advantage. If he can keep it off of the rumble strips there in turn 1, he'll be all right. But the car seems to be really loose right now. He's losing time. Ronnie Norman, top 10. That's Stephen Massey right behind him. Michael Lively and Chuck Harrell. There's another battle ensuing. I'm being told F8 changed the gauges. You're in the race.
Okay, interesting.
F8. Very cool. Thank you for that, Trevor. Schweikert gets by Luis Salmaso, goes into third, inching his way ever so slightly up to the lead. And I noticed that Nelson Rivera is closing that gap on Anthony Thitchner now down to 8/10. Well, he was 8/10. Now he's a full second. He's lost a little ground to him. I'll tell you what, Anthony's got one heck of a setup there. I'm watching him coming off the turns, and he is so close to that wall. It is unbelievable. That's just how hard he is pushing that car. Well, you know, sometimes if you think about it, if that's where the car feels comfortable going, that's for you as a driver to figure out. If the car feels comfortable there, you've got to make sure you put it there every time.
Exactly. Because, I mean, if you make one little mistake, with even, you've been feeling comfortable all day long, and, that one little mistake, that could hurt you big time. So he's doing a great job here right now, and he's keeping that car out front, and he's keeping it clean. I'm just wondering if he may be struggling a little bit, or if he's not going as fast as he was, because he's not pulling away as much as he was in the beginning part of the race there before the first caution. He's actually, not that far ahead right now. He's only 1 second ahead of Nelson. So either Nelson's picked something up, or Anthony's just not running it as hard as he was in the first half of the first quarter of the race there, I should say.
My guess would be Anthony's probably not pushing it quite as hard. Because he knew He knew at the end of that green flag run, that first green flag run there, how much Nelson was closing up on him. Because Nelson saved his tires, Anthony did not.
Yeah,
and he may have backed it down just a touch, so he's not chewing them tires up so much.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a point I had thought as well. I believe he's backed the car off to save tires. Oh, and we have our second caution.
If I can catch up with him here. Ronnie Norman's in a
no.
Look, yeah. Let's see what happened here to Ronnie Norman. Oh, really loose coming off the turn, and he is really trying to save it, but spins it around. He did touch the wall, not real hard, but he spins it around, and everybody stays off of him. And the rule says you got to keep it stopped, and goes to the back of the field. Well, let's see if Anthony's going to bring him to pit road again here. I know they weren't out that long, but still, you got to have them tires. Tires mean everything here at Pocono.
Exactly. Let's see if anybody does come to pit road, and if not, I think we need to get a word in with Nelson Rivera. What do you think? Right, yeah.
Let's make sure they're not going to come to pit road first.
Yep, I'll look for him right now, and then we'll wait, and if he comes to pit road, I'll be ready to drag you.
Hey, Blake Freeman in chat. I believe he's going to bring him. Yeah, he is coming to pit road. Well, tires mean everything. You're not going to be fast if you don't stay on top of them tires. You did have a couple of guys that stayed out, Chris Collins and Michael Guidry.
And I have some bad news. Rudy Nelson is not in TeamSpeak.
All right, well, then how about we talk to, trying to think of somebody that we don't talk to very often. How about Ronnie Norman? We haven't talked to him in a long time. He's still sitting on pit road. He may be sitting there a little while trying to get damage fixed up. I'm not really sure. See if I can catch up with him. He's sitting there trying to get damage fixed up, but maybe can you drag him down? Maybe we'll have a chat with him.
Yep.
Ronnie Norman, you got a copy? Ronnie Norman, do you have a copy?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Well, Ronnie, what happened out there, brother?
Just decided to run a little bit for a guy that wasn't able to race tonight. So got a setup, tried running some laps on it, and I learned that this is a little bit harder than I thought it was.
Well, how much damage do you have, Ronnie?
I got about 2 minutes, so.
Okay, then you'll be able to get back out and not go a lap down? Very good, very good.
Yeah, I should.
Okay, very good. All right, well, sorry about the bad luck there, brother. Hopefully it's not going to affect the speed on that car too awful much, and you can get back up there and race with these guys again. But good luck, and go get them.
Thanks, Rudy.
Chris Collins staying out, leading the lap. Victor Cantrell, Douglas Hess, Free staying out again. Well, we got enough time. Is Victor Cantrell in here? Talk to him.
Yes, he is. I'll drag him up here.
Talk to him. Go ahead.
Victor Cantrell, you got a copy? Victor, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, man, tell us about your run you're having out there tonight at Pocono. You started 25th, and how's the car feel to you out there tonight? Track-wise, temperature-wise, the way the track's eating the tires. How do you feel about that?
Well, being this is my first race, I'm just kind of taking it easy. I'm subbing for Mr. Ken. I'm going to try to stay out and get him a bonus point here. But first time around, it's not too bad. I'm just getting some experience, trying to feel the track out, and hopefully see what we can come up with.
That's great. Well, do you think here on the restart, if you'll have anything to stay up front here and race with the other guys that's been up front all night so far?
Oh no, man! I'm just gonna head down pit road right here and get some fuel and tires and get back in the back and see what happens from there.
All righty. Well, good luck in the rest of your race, and I'll let you get back to it. And good luck.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, them guys all come to pit road. I believe that's going to give Anthony Thitchner the lead again.
Yeah, yes. I believe so.
Yes, it is. Nelson Rivera will be starting second. John Schweikert third. This is going to be an interesting start now.
Yes, it is.
Schweikert, he's been working his way up through the field, and he finds himself in third place now after starting, what did you say, 13th or something?
Who was that?
John Schweikert.
John Schweikert? Yeah, he started, where was he at? 13th, yeah.
Our pole sitter here has led 34 laps. Anthony Thitchner.
Yep.
Had a couple other leaders. Let's take a look at the race summary here real quick. This is caution number 2, and we've had 5 lead changes. A couple of guys have just stayed out, collect a bonus point. Chris Collins, Doug Hess, Jay Adair. Guys collecting that one lap bonus point. Like Ronnie Norman may have taken his car behind the wall.
Yes, he did, Rudy.
He was going to be okay.
I thought that too, but apparently maybe he found something else wrong with the car that he didn't feel comfortable with, and just said there was no use getting back out. I don't know. That was very weird that happened.
Get him going here, Jeff.
All right, 10-4. All right, pace car dives back into pit road, and there's also the green flag, and they're back underway. The number 77 car of Nelson Rivera, he is not giving up right now on Anthony Thitchner. Anthony didn't get that great of a restart. Oh, and he's diving down, trying to get around on him on the low side here, coming off of turn 1, but I don't think he can make it stick.
Schweikert's in trouble here. He's got Luis Almaso on his outside. Look at Thomas Lattimore just pushing Schweikert down.
Whoa! Schweikert in the grass.
Wow, what a save by Schweikert.
Man, nice save. And, man, the way he come up between those two cars right there and split them, too, and keep it out of them, man, that was some great driving.
Man, I don't know what happened there. It was contact between him and Thomas Lattimore or something.
Yeah.
And the caution is out.
Looks like it was thrown by race admins.
No. Tony Diamond hit the wall.
Oh.
Tony Diamond hit the wall.
Interesting.
Did you see it? Looked like it had been thrown by the admins?
Yeah, I got the chat box up here, and it shows that one of the admins in purple here, it says caution has been thrown.
Because I'm seeing Tony Diamond wrecked right here. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Wow, that was right in front of traffic. I don't know how everybody missed him because that was a close call, but...
I'm thinking maybe since that was a one-car spin and, you know, he spun around, maybe the admins felt that was deemed a caution flag, but iRacing didn't, so the admins decided to give that a caution.
That could be. That very well could be, because we see that a lot too, don't we, Jeff?
Yeah, we do. I mean, I've seen cautions before that had multiple cars involved, like 5 to the most, and iRacing never threw a caution.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah, and then the cautions come out and we could never find it.
Exactly, those phantom cautions.
Yeah.
Like, why'd that come out for?
Did somebody come to pit road or something and it, you know,
yeah,
it didn't come down just right or something and it brought a caution out. I doubt we're going to see any of these guys come to pit road here. So let's get John Schweikert down here. I think we better talk to John here and find out exactly if he knows what happened. John Schweikert, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up, Rudy?
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to wait. Wait a minute. Never mind. You're coming to pit road. I really don't want to bother you while you're coming to pit road, brother.
No, it's fine. It's fine, buddy.
Okay.
I'm good.
What happened there between you and Thomas Lattimore? We're trying to figure that out.
I was checking up for the turn, and I think he wasn't expecting it and got in the back of me and sent me for a ride.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what a save that was by you, John. That was amazing, man. I don't know how you kept that car straight.
Close my eyes and ask Jesus to take the wheel.
Well, there you go. Whatever works, man. Great job. But, well, you're not in too bad a place here. You've got fresh tires now, and you haven't had any problems marching up through the field today. You haven't been up. We've only seen you as far up as third place. Is there any chance we might see you take the lead here and get some bonus points?
I've been trying to play the strategy game all race, and it seems like the yellow comes out right at the wrong time for my strategy game. I don't know. I think I'm the only one shifting around here, so kind of makes it a little bit interesting. A little bit loose in the corners, but it's a lot of fun and kind of keeps me awake doing all the shifting.
I'll bet. Well, you're not drinking tonight, are you?
I have a few adult beverages here.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Just asking. Hey, it's your game. You can have your adult beverages or whatever you want. Well, good luck out there, John. And we're going to watch and see. We've been keeping an eye on you, trying to see you know, if you can get closer to the front here. You didn't take a qualifying time tonight, so that kind of puts you back. You started 13th, you're running in 12th right now, so you're not really behind the game any. So good luck out there, John. We'll be keeping an eye on you.
Thanks, Rudy. Hey, what do you guys think about the new dashes?
I like them. We rode on board with Thomas Lattimore there and we're checking it out. They're awesome.
Yeah, I know there's 3 different ones to choose from, and I can't decide whether I like 1 or 2 better. So it's pretty neat.
You got me intrigued now. I'm going to have to go in because I went in and tested, but I went into the trucks. I didn't think about the new dash on the Gen 6, and I should have went in a test session with the Gen 6 to check out the dashes. Well, yeah, I'll do that as soon as this is over.
Yeah, I don't know if you can go in cockpit view and ride with people and actually see the different dashes as you're riding with them.
Well, you know, I didn't think about looking at the different dashes, but
because there's three different ones.
Yeah, I like the lap times on there. That is awesome.
If you go to my cockpit, I could try and switch it while you're right on board and see.
Hold on, let me go back to you then. Okay, I'm on board.
Okay, do you see the main one with the tack in the middle?
Oh, wait a minute, why did it switch again? Wait a minute. Okay, go ahead. I'm seeing the one with the green dots across the bottom.
Okay, what about that one? I just switched it to page 1.
It's not changing for me.
Oh, okay.
It's probably, because I'm under the watch tab, it doesn't show me everything. Okay? It doesn't show me your water temp, your volts, your, all that. It just shows me your lap time on there, and that's it.
Well, it's a new toy for all of us, so we're all learning about it,
Yep. Well, that's kind of an anti-cheat thing that, because they don't want people, how people spot for other people that they could actually go in and see some of their dash, what their water temperatures are, and, hey, he's running extra tape because he's running hotter, and, so, that's kind of the thing they keep us that watch the races from communicating that to another driver.
Well, I guess that does make quite a bit of sense. I didn't think about it there for a minute, but yeah.
So, all right, well, good luck, John.
All right, thanks, buddy. Good luck up there.
Okay, lights are out on the pace car. We're all doubling up, going back green this time, and we do have 3 drivers out of the race. Matt Moritz, Ronnie Norman, and Chris Collins. We've got a couple on pit road, Tony Diamond, Kurt Quist, and I'm not sure, I think Josh Witherspoon he just stopped. He just stopped to get fresh tires. Kurt Quist coming off of pit road now, so we're still going to have 22 drivers on the lead lap. Yeah, I didn't think about that, hitting F8 while I'm in the car, but I don't think that'll work. I will try that, though. Thank you, Trevor. I'll give that a try here in a minute. We get going here. Get them going there, Jeff. Jeff?
I'm sorry, Rudy. That I had go ahead. I wasn't.
Are you going to get them going, or you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, pace car dives in, and there's the green flag. We're back underway at Pocono.
Let me try this real quick. I'll go on board with Michael Leiby here, and we'll see if we can get this to change. But I doubt it's going to change for me. F8, man. Nope, it don't work.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. It's probably a generic one that only people that are watching can see. That would be my guess. But I'll tell you what, Nelson Rivera is all over the back of Anthony Thitchner this time.
Yes, he is.
And he could be tweaking on that car a little bit more each time and making it a little bit faster.
Exactly.
Here he goes, taking a look to the inside. Anthony says,
Yeah, most of the leagues we broadcasted, they've been fixed setups, and this is a little different for me, so it's kind of interesting to see these guys out here without these fixed setups.
Schweikert working his way up through, passes up Michael Kinner. And goes into 7th place, so since that restart, boy, pretty good run.
Yeah.
Jay Adair getting by Michael Kinner, excuse me. Kinner coming back on the outside, they almost touched.
That was a little close right there, but man, they did a good job keeping off each other's cars.
He does, he pushes Michael Kinner way up the hill there, but Luis Almazo now into it. And here comes Justin Bland, and they're Man, there was 3 wide there for a minute coming off the 3.
Almost 4.
Wow, that was crazy right there.
Hey, these guys are racing back here.
I'm telling you.
Not even halfway yet.
Might be in trouble here. Lattimore going to pass him on the outside. He'll hang on to 3rd place. Michael Libby goes back to 4th. And Chuck Harrell rounds out the top 5 here, folks. And Schweikert now goes into 6th as he gets around Ron Miller. He's continuing to march to the front. And we got a brand new leader, Nelson Rivera, getting around Anthony Thitchner.
Wow.
It's been a long time coming, but he made it stick that time and did get by Anthony and takes the lead away from Anthony Thitchner after Anthony led 41 laps here tonight. Unbelievable. Anthony looking to the inside to retake that lead. He's going to have to drive it in there really hard, and boy, I'll tell you, Nelson just slammed the door on him.
Yes, he did.
He said, no way. Schweikert out of shape.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, nice recovery.
That's 2 great saves he's had already in this race. Oh, man, what a driver, I'm telling you.
Man, I'd say I think John Schweikert gets the most saves tonight award.
Yeah, definitely. He ought to get that. That's kind of like Alan Bowes type racing. I don't know if a lot of you guys that know Alan Bowes, he's actually a pro driver. I have never in my entire life in iRacing ever seen a driver that can pull out of a spin like that guy can. And never lose any time. I mean, just save the car and keep right on going. He can actually be just totally sideways coming out of a turn and straighten that car up and you know, maybe lose a couple of miles an hour, you know, but and stay right in it, man. I'll tell you what a driver. That's the kind of style of driving that he does right there, just what John Schweikert just did. And it they raced each other before, so maybe Schweikert paid attention in class. I don't know.
Or maybe he actually gave him some pointers. Who knows?
Yeah, that's highly possible. Tomaso back here in 8th place. Jay Adair 9th. And Stephen Massey breaking into the top 10 as he got around Justin Bland. And Tony D. There's Tony D in 12th place. Look at this. Brandy M&M's car trying to get into that top 10. Tony D. That's what they call him in the league. They don't call him Tony D. Gennaro. They call him Tony D. So that's what I've been calling him lately. Tony D. And our good old buddy, Michael Kinner. Your good old buddy there from the old NASCAR 2003 racing days. You remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Turned a few laps with him, haven't you?
Yeah.
Michael Guidry taking a look on the inside of Michael Kinner now.
Michael.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Michael Guidry in pretty much almost all race long. He's been quietly sneaking his way up here closer. Now breaks into the top 15. Pat Rouchet, 15th place. And here comes Nicole Johnson. It's getting just to be about the time where you're going to start seeing Nicole pull the strategy hat out, and she'll be up there in the top 10, you can bet, in this second half of the race. She's going to start pulling the strategy hat out. See, she races in real life.
Oh,
so
okay.
She and I guess she's quite good. So she knows how to drive these cars and knows how to handle them. You know, so the racer's in her blood. And she just passes up Pat Rouchet, goes into 15th, so she's on her way to the front. 9.5 seconds behind the leader. That's not that far. And Anthony Thitchner retakes the lead from Nelson Rivera. And Libby on the tail of Nelson Rivera now. I think it's about time for another Crank It Up cam. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Schweiker goes by Chuck Harrell, goes into 5th. I'll tell you what, Anthony Thitchner pushing that car so hard right now, I've seen him just about sideways out of turn 3.
Oh, yeah, I saw him once there sideways off of turn 2, so yeah, he's definitely pushing it.
Stretching that lead back out to 1 second over Nelson Rivera. I'll tell you, those two have been up front all day long, and it's just been, and they've been putting on a show up there.
Yes, they have. Well, you've got a good little group of cars back here behind them, too, with Michael Labby and Thomas Lattimore and John Schweikert.
Yep, and Schweikert,
these guys are battling.
Schweikert just passed up Lattimore and Michael Labby. In one straightaway, he passed both of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, how do you do that? I want to know. How do you do that?
I tell you, I think he's been getting tips and pointers from that pro driver. Maybe we should ask him.
Yeah, I definitely will have to ask him next time. Back in the field here, Kurt Quist, 19th place. Chris Steele, 20th. The last one on the lead lap at the moment here, Victor Cantrell, but he is not that far ahead of the leaders. The leaders actually breathing down his neck here, just about 6 or 7 seconds behind Victor right now. Victor trying to, he wants to stay on the lead lap, but boy, as tough as it is out here racing on this Pocono track, man, he's gonna play the Dickens trying to do that. Michael Labby trying to make a run here, almost got passed up by Thomas Lattimore, and here comes Chuck Harrell to the inside of Thomas Lattimore. Let's see if he can make this stick in the turn. Labby just ahead of him, it kind of holds Lattimore up a little bit. He can't use that track like he wants to. He needs to clear Michael Labby if he's going to hold off Chuck Harrell, because Harrell is coming.
Yeah, Harrell's coming, and we saw Lattimore there try to get around Labby there coming off of turn 1, but he couldn't make it stick. And man, these three cars right now are just racing. Oh, it looked like Michael got a little loose there coming off turn 2.
Lattimore, I'd seen his car just almost step out on him.
Oh, I look like I saw Michael's car as well, so a lot of these guys are getting loose here tonight.
And here comes Lattimore to the inside of Michael Labby, and it's a drag race down the front stretch. And I believe Lattimore may have him coming into turn 1. Yes, he does.
I believe so. Yeah.
Labby, you know Labby, he didn't give that up. He raced him hard for that position, and now he tried to get a good run, but he catches those really big bumps right there in turn 1, and that really upsets the car a lot. It's hard to make sure you got the grip when you come out of turn 1 down the backstretch, and he lost a lot of time right there, and that's where Thomas Lattimore beat him. If you get down there a little bit too low on that on turn 1, It is really bumpy down there. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what I'm talking about here. Let's ride along with Nelson Rivera here for a minute, folks. And you'll be able to see just how bumpy this is. Because I think Nelson, he takes it right down on the bottom here in turn 1. Well, not quite as much as Anthony Thitchner did, but there is some bumps right there. Maybe if I go back here, Justin Bland. Right in there was some bumps that Justin Bland just hit. They're just kind of like not real big, huge bumps, but they're just enough that it kind of lightens that car up on the left side, and you're not getting as much grip on the left side as you would on the right, and it just kind of unloads the car. And it makes the driver have to back out of it coming out of turn 1. Oh, Nelson Rivera just a half a second behind Anthony Thitchner. This has been the race between them two. And Schweiker, he wants involved in this. He wants a podium finish here tonight, which he does have so far. And Lattimore, really kind of surprised Lattimore's not up there. But this is starting to get to, they're going to have to make another pit stop here. And this is starting to get into Lattimore's wheelhouse now. Once he makes that last pit stop, look out. I would definitely count him into, challenging for the lead here in the late running. Chuck Harrell for the top 5 here today. Definitely a great performance out of him today. Hey, how's everybody doing in chat? Good to see you. Sean and James. Good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in here tonight. Appreciate it. Back up here, Rivera still a half a second off of Thitchner. Thitchner's been the guy to beat here tonight, leading 51 laps so far in this race. Oh, out of shape coming out of turn 1. And Nelson Rivera was right there. That's all it takes right there, Jeff. Just a little bobble in the turn, and he slides it in there. Oh, and he went just a little bit too hard. And this is, Schweiker's loving this. Because now he's going to get by Anthony Thitchner, and that could be it for Anthony. I don't know, man. He might have just smoked his tires. Oh, caution! Out.
Caution!
Tony D into the wall.
Oh no!
Let's go see what happened to him. Holy smokes, that was a hard hit too. What happened to my camera here? But anyhow, oh, what a hard hit! And I believe that was in the tunnel turn too. Coming down the backstretch here and getting ready to go into the tunnel turn. Oh, the car just snapped loose on him. And he hit the wall hard. So the M&M's car, driven by Tony D. Gennaro, bringing out the caution here, folks. He's going to have some pretty heavy damage. Well, that gave the lead to Nelson Rivera, John Schweiker second, and Anthony Thitchner third. Now, time to come to pit road.
I believe so. That was a pretty good, substantial green flag run there since they had the last caution. And I believe, I think they were getting pretty close to their next tire fuel window. So I believe just go ahead and bring it on in here under this caution and get you some fresh tires and top those tanks off and get back out there and do some more racing.
This is caution number 4, folks. 60 laps. Pretty good. They've had a couple of green flag runs out. That one was quite lengthy. Now they're all coming to pit road now. Now, I know Anthony Thitchner in the past, his pit crew, he had to have a talk with them. I think he threatened to fire his pit crew because they were so slow in the past. And Since he's had a talk with them, they have picked up the pace a lot. But let's see what this is going to do coming off of pit road now. Kind of a pit stop he's going to have. And I think he's going to beat all of them up pit road. Yes, sir. Anthony Fitchner will come out ahead of them. But we got Michael Guidry stayed out. Jay Adair and Victor Cantrell. These guys believe they're probably going to be coming to pit road here before long. But yeah, since Anthony had a talk with his pit crew, that was a smoking pit stop right there. 14 seconds flat. He needed that. He needed that to get back out. So I think we better have a talk with Anthony. Well, no, you know, well, yeah, let's do it. Let's talk with Anthony. Sometimes he don't like to talk to me because he's afraid I might jinx him. We wouldn't do that.
Come on now.
MaxTV jinxes. That's gone. All right, Anthony Fitchner, you got a copy?
What's up, bud?
Hey, doing good. How's your car feeling out there? Obviously, very quick on the track.
Yeah, I feel like it's been slowing down a little bit as the rubber builds up, so we made a little adjustment here, hopefully take us to the checker flag.
Well, we were just discussing, I know in the past you had some pretty slow pit times, and since you had some threatening deals with your pit crew there, threatened to fire them all, they picked up the pace, and that was a great pit stop. 14 seconds flat I had here, beating everybody off of pit road, so that was amazing. Man, what did you say to him?
Well, I had a 13.2 on that last one, what I read, and it's been in 13s the whole night, so been pretty good to me here, and obviously went in third and came out first right there, so definitely held up. I'm just hoping to hold these guys off for the long run. You know, they seem to have a better long run car, so hopefully we'll get it together here on this run here and go all the way to the Checkered.
Well, let's go back to that first run there where you had pulled away 3.5 seconds away from the rest of the field, and Nelson was reeling you in. Had you just pushed your car a little bit too hard and burnt them tires up, and then you learned, and that second green flag run didn't quite push it as hard, so you didn't use up your tires so quick?
Yeah, the first run I noticed that I definitely used them up a little bit. They were coming in the long run. I had to start backing it up. I start noticing it gets tight in two. It's weird, though. Obviously, one's different from two, two's different from three. So, yeah, I started backing it up a little bit more. And, then you got guys breathing down your neck. So it's a catch-22. You got to kind of decide, do you want to get out front and use up the tires and then, fall back a little bit, or do you just want to start from the jump and start saving tires? But I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to definitely try to make this my best long run tonight.
Well, Jay Adair there, he did not pit, so obviously you're going to have to get around him, but I think he did pit earlier here. You're going to have to get around him, and well, I'll tell you what, with Nelson Rivera, Don Schweikert, and Thomas Lattimore breathing down your neck, you got to be feeling the pressure right now. How much mirror driving are you doing?
I try not to look in the mirror, just hit my marks. I do look down at the relative more than I look at the mirror.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's
good.
I
can definitely feel them coming.
I know a guy, I can't remember who it was, one of the leagues that I broadcasted for, said that he said, I shut my mirror off. He said, I don't want to know what's behind me. I don't want to know how close they are. I'm like, okay. All right. Well, good luck out there, Anthony, man. I hope to see you in victory lane tonight. You deserve it.
Thanks, bud. Did you end up finding anybody to help you out?
Yeah, Jeff.
Oh, he is in here. Okay, cool. I hope you guys enjoy the show, man.
All right. Yep. It's been a good one so far. Okay, so Jay Adair is going to start on the outside, and I'm kind of thinking this is by design right here. He knows that these guys are faster. He's going to give them that inside line. He stayed out to lead some laps, which is a good call. He got some bonus points out of it, and now he knows they're going to be faster with new tires. He's probably just going to let them race it out here and get by him. He's going to try to hang on to the best position he's got. Track position on this track right here is key. You got to think about that, and you know that, Jeff. It's a key factor here because passing is so difficult to do.
Yeah, especially, and sometimes the way you have to pass. Sometimes that can also help against the eating of your tires. So you also have to do that very carefully as well.
All right, we'll get them going here, Jeff. One more time.
All righty, we'll do. All right, pace car pulls back into pit road, and this race is back under the green flag. We're back under racing here at Pocono, and man, what a good restart by the two front guys there, Anthony Thitchner and Jay Adair.
Now it's going to be, boy, look at them down the back or front stretch here, man. They're like 5-6 wide going into the turn. Thitchner up the hill, almost into the side of Jay Adair.
Yeah.
Whoa, was he ever driving it or what, huh? Chuck Harrell takes over the third position.
Yes. Wow, interesting restart here. Coming off and diving into turn one and then coming off turn one. Man, these guys are just racing like it's the last couple laps, and there's still more than 30 laps to go.
Well, you got to make it count while the tires are good, So
exactly.
Chuck Harrell in second, John Schweikert now in third. Nelson Rivera, fourth place. We know he's got a good long run setup. And we got a brand new leader here, folks. Chuck Harrell taking over the lead for the first time today, leading a lap here at Pocono. Anthony Thitchner getting passed up by Nelson Rivera. What's going on? Maybe that adjustment Anthony did on his car is not agreeing with his car right at the moment here.
Looks to be that way, yeah. He's falling back to fourth place now because we've even seen Schweikert get up there too. Schweikert right now is running up here with Harrell.
What I'm kind of wondering is if he adjusted that to make it a little bit longer run setup, or if he is doing just exactly what he said. He's backing him down just a little bit. And now we got another challenge for the lead here. John Schweikert looking inside Chuck Harrell. He completes a pass here on Chuck Harrell. And for the first time today, John Schweikert takes the lead, and he'll collect a bonus point.
Yeah.
And this is what these guys dreaded, is getting John Schweikert out front. He's been the guy all season that these guys are chasing. And they dread to see him up there in the front like that. All the way back to Steve and Massey there. These five have pulled away from Jay Adair, and Jay stayed out there on them older tires. Luis Almaso, 7th place. Michael Leiby, 8th. Ron Miller, 9th. And Michael Kinner, that rounds out the top 10. Kinner closed up on Ron Miller. Really good there in the tunnel turn. See how he does here coming out of turn 3. Ron Miller slides it up the track, and Kinner did not close on him quite as much that time. Boy, I'm telling you what, this front 5 have just separated from the field right now, Jeff.
That they have. I think they're going to keep just pulling away from that, and they're going to keep getting farther away.
Anthony Thitchner a little bit loose coming out of turn 1. Right near roof cam of Stephen Massey looking ahead to these guys. Schweikert trying to distance himself from second place Chuck Harrell. And Chuck went way up the hill there in the tunnel turn. Nelson Rivera drops it clear to the bottom. Riding along with him, he gets a good run here on Chuck Harrell, but not good enough to complete the pass on Chuck. Anthony Thitchner now kind of losing a little bit of the draft off of Nelson Rivera. They take it down on the bottom here where it is so bumpy. You can see Nelson's car just unload right there. And boy, that let Anthony kind of close up on him. Anthony was just a little bit higher in turn 1 than Nelson was. And I don't think Anthony caught all of those bumps. And that's exactly what happened because he just passed up Nelson Rivera. So Nelson's going to have to regroup. And we know he's got a good long run setup, though. We know that. He's been doing extremely well on long runs. And if this stayed green the rest of the way, no doubt we're probably going to see Nelson right up there battling for the lead. And I am super impressed with the performance here of Chuck Harrell tonight. This is great. He's got the School Bandit car right where it needs to be here for a possible win. Last one on the lead lap. The guy that joined me in the booth last week, Matthew Hibbs. And he's coming to pit road. Let's go see what happened to Matthew here if I can find it. Oh, a slip for Matthew. Took it back quite far here, but let's see what happened to Matthew here. And just a slip, yep, coming out of the tunnel turn. And that's all it takes right there, folks. And he's going to hit the wall. And that did some serious engine damage to it. So he'll be heading to pit road to see if he can get that fixed up. Jeff, are you back?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, Rudy. First time it's ever happened to me commentating with you. My internet started going out on me there, but it never kicked me from iRacing, but it kicked me here from TeamSpeak, so I don't know.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, the iRacing quality went red, went all the way to the right, and my thing shot up, but it's come back down now, so.
Boy, Anthony Thitchner drove it in real hard right there. So did Nelson Rivera. Look at that move Nelson Rivera just pulled. Holy smokes. Did you see that?
Yes.
That was crazy.
Very crazy.
I wonder if I could catch that again in instant replay here. Folks, you got to watch this move. This was amazing right here. This was amazing. Now this is where Anthony Thitchner went up the hill. Chuck Harrell, he passed both of them right there in the tunnel turn. Holy smokes. Tell me that guy ain't on the move. He wants this win. He's 1 second behind Checkered now. And caution on the track, folks. Let's see if we can find where the caution is. And it goes to Jay Adair. Let's go back and see what happens to Jay Adair. Oh, I think he might have had a little. What happened here? Looks like he had a little help maybe from Thomas Lattimore. When Thomas Lattimore get together, it looks like Thomas was trying to pass Jay. Thomas come right over into Jay Adair right there. Wow, Jay was actually holding his line. That was kind of weird because Thomas don't usually do that kind of stuff. Able to continue on, but man, Jay Adair is off in the grass here. Kept it off the wall though. Good driving by Jay Adair. But I think he tried when he got back up onto the track. We'll see here in just a minute. I think this is where he had trouble getting back up on the track, and when he did, he spun it around again. Yeah, right there. He had that dirt on them tires, and boy, that dirt will make it slick. Really having trouble getting that thing back going. He's definitely going to be heading for pit road for new tires. All right, well, he's trying to catch up to the field. Back up front here with John Checkered, Nelson Rivera, and Anthony Thitchner. Now, here's a question for you, Jeff. If they stop now and they make it to the end, Jeff? Well, I guess we lost Jeff. Now he's been having some internet problems, but here comes John Checkered company to pit road. Let's see, who wins the drag race off of pit road this time? Victor Cantrell going to stay out. Let's see if Anthony has another fast pit stop here and gets him out first ahead of Checkered. And I believe it's going to. I think he did get out ahead of Checkered. Yes, he does. Oh man, another 14-second flat pit stop for Anthony Thitchner. So he has definitely had that discussion with his pit crew, and it's working. Whatever works, man, just keep it up. Victor Cantrell will be our leader. Has not completed a lap yet to lead, so he does not collect a bonus point just yet. We got several folks on pit road here. Tony D, Matthew Hibbs, and Douglas Hess, and Tony Diamond all on pit road yet. I believe trying to get damage fixed up here. Let's see if Victor does come to the pit road. Him and Kurt Quist stay out on the track. We've seen Jay Adair do that earlier and actually stayed out there for quite a while. So yes, they are coming to pit road. Figured that's probably what he would do. That's going to give the lead up to Kurt Quist. And Kurt will lead his very first lap of the race right there. Grabbing that very, very valuable bonus point, folks. They all add up at the end of the season. I guess I've lost Jeff here. He'll probably be back, though. Well, we're almost at that 25 to go mark. Let me see if I can't get if I can get Kurt Quist down here. Kurt Quist, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're out there in the lead, brother. You got some fast guys behind you. Is your car hooked up as good as they are, or are you just trying to get a bonus point?
We're just going for bonus points here. I'm about to put it on pit road, get 4 tires. It was kind of cool strategy game that last run there. This run we'll just be going for it. Could be one of the last green flag runs. It should be fun.
I never did find out, what is the pit window on these cars?
Well, I mean, it really depends on your driving style and how much you're letting on and off the gas and whatnot, how much you save, but we're looking at about 30 to 35 laps.
Okay, so then fuel is not an issue right now.
Yeah, fuel is out the window. Yes, okay, sir. It's all about tires and speed.
Very good. All right, well, good luck out there, Kurt. I don't want to bother you while you're going down pit road, so good luck, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, Rick.
Okay, Kurt Quist giving the lead back to Anthony Thitchner. Stayed out long enough to lead 1 lap. That's a good thing. Jeff, you're back.
Right now, yeah, I don't. Hopefully, I can stay in here. I don't know what's causing that to happen. I haven't had an issue like that for quite some time, so I guess the internet's just chosen to sadly pick the night I'm helping you to kick me out. So
it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Well, John Schweikert's going to start on the outside of the front row here of Anthony Thitchner. The lights are out. We're ready to go back green. Nelson Rivera 3rd and Chuck Harrell 4th. Well, again, thank you all for joining us here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. You're watching the ECR Cup Series here tonight at Pocono. And been a pretty good race so far. We've had 5 cautions, 75 laps, 13 lead changes. We're coming to 25 to go here, folks, this time by to get the green flag. All right, here we go. Pace cars in. Good start by the front 4 here. Holy smoke. Chuck Harrell just about pushing Checkered down the front stretch. We know Anthony Thitchner is very fast on these new tires. He said he's been working on that setup. Checkered driving around the outside, trying to take that lead away from Thitchner. He does have the line, and he is going to complete the pass on Thitchner. And here comes Nelson Rivera and Chuck Harrell, and they almost get together. Harrell backed out of it, or he would have got into the back of Nelson Rivera right there. I think they did touch. Stephen Massey now into the top 5. And Nelson Rivera, Chuck Harrell into the wall.
Big crash.
I think that collected a few of them, didn't it?
It did, yeah. I saw Michael Kenner was involved. The number 2 car of Luis was involved as well. So, man, that took out a lot of great drivers.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, he drove it into the turn really hard, and he got extremely loose. Right here, looks like he's going to get... It does go out, hit the wall, comes back across the track, and that's where he collects the number 2. Michael Kenner gets into it, but he caught Luis Almaso and there's somebody else spinning too, Pat Rouchet. We've got cars everywhere, folks. This was the big one here tonight at Pocono. Holy smokes. That was the big one.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're back under caution here. It's coming down to the closing laps, and these guys are getting awful anxious. And some of them are driving the cars harder than they've drove all race long. I think we're seeing that out of every single driver out here right now. The patience, just throw patience out. There is no more patience. This is where you got to make every move count. And sometimes they push that envelope just a little bit too close, and that's what happens. They get loose. But unfortunately, that took a lot of drivers out. Pat Rouchet, Luis Almaso, Chuck Harrell, and Michael Kenner all involved in that.
Yeah, and coming to the line right here, there's only going to be 23 laps remaining here at Pocono.
Big one at Pocono. Never thought I'd ever say that.
Yeah.
Big crash. Get quite a few of them coming to pit road, though. Yeah, lots of them coming to pit road here to try to get fresh tires put on the car. Some of them that may have come close to getting into that want to get their cars checked out, make sure there isn't any damage on them. If there is, get it fixed, because a clean car is what it's gonna take to get to the front. Cole Johnson away. Check in with her here. She's back in 9th place. So she's come a long ways up through this field, starting in 22nd, and kept that car clean. And here she is running in the top 10 easily. Good run for Nicole tonight. Well, is Michael Guidry in here?
Let's take a look.
To talk to Michael.
Michael Libby, Michael Kenner, Michael Guidry, and yes, he is.
Have a talk with Michael Guidry. You want to talk to him?
Door. Michael Guidry, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, tell us about your run out there tonight, man. You started 15th. What's it going to take, to get up here and start running with these fast guys up front here? And if they, we see some of them breaking off for pit road here. Nope, they changed their minds. But what do you think it's going to take to get up here and race with these guys and contend for a possible win here tonight?
I'm thinking tire management the rest of the way. Hopefully they wear their tires out racing each other.
Exactly. So how do you feel about the tire wear here tonight? Do you feel the track's eating your tires up pretty substantially, or do you feel it's okay?
I can do pretty good on 30 laps. I can do, my tire wear goes down to about 90%, so I'm holding up good tires.
That's very good. Well, hopefully we'll talk to you here later on throughout the race. Good luck for the rest of your race here, and we'll let you get back to it.
Oh, thank you.
Luis.
What's up, boys?
Well, tough break for you, Luis. Man, tell us what happened there, brother.
I think the image tells the story. We had some pretty eventful restarts during the whole time, and at that point over there, I think Chuck just lost control going into 3. He was battling for the top position, so he was trying to get his position as better as he can. But I saw he lost control a little bit going into 3. He tried to control, and at the very, very end, his car just snapped to the wrong side. Instead of snapping to the inside and letting everybody go by, he snapped to the outside. He hit the wall, and once he hit the wall, he came back. Everybody else was coming behind. I think he collected me, Michael Kinner, Pat Richey, and someone else that I don't know who it was. So
Buck Harrell.
Yeah. So
yeah. Well, that was the big one we seen at Pocono, and I was just telling Jeff, I said I never thought I'd ever say that, about Pocono, that we just seen the big one. Super Speedway, yes, but here at Pocono, that's just something you don't usually say. But that was the big one right there, man. That was the big one of the night. Well, what do you think of some of the racing that's going on up in the front here right now? Schweikert, Anthony Thitchner, Nelson Rivera, now Stephen Massey involved in this battle. What do you think of this?
Yeah, everybody that was running up front, all the top 10 cars, they're pretty much even. Everybody has pretty similar stuff. It depends a lot on how you drive this track. You can drive this track like no other track. I think you can find 5, 6, 7 different ways of driving it and coming up with the same type of lap time at the end. You can dive in pretty hard and make your way around the turns. You can go very easy and come out of the turns very fast. So it depends on how you have the way you want to drive. I know a lot of these guys like to be aggressive on entrance and on exit, so it depends if they have the control. I think it's even. Whoever makes fewer mistakes from this point on, battling each other without losing one inch, I think that's going to be the key. We have 2 teammates in the 87 and the 6. Steven and Anthony are teammates. John and Nelson are affiliate, together with Michael Leiby, who's coming in 5th or 6th, I think. Michael Guidry was pretty fast. He won our practice race here on Sunday. And I heard him talking to you guys. He seems pretty confident on his stuff. And don't disregard the number 4 car. Nicole Johnson kept her car pretty clean up until this point. This is the time to go. I think she's positioning herself pretty well for this final stint.
Exactly. Yes, that's just exactly what I was just thinking, because she has come all the way up through that field and bided her time and just kept her car clean. But we're about to go back green here. Schweikert opting to start on the outside. That is his prerogative to do so as the leader of the race. And the pace car is about to duck onto pit road, and it does, and the green flag flies immediately. We're back underway here at Pocono for the ECR Cup Series race here tonight. This is race 13, I believe. Race number 13. Oh, we got 14. A bunch of them. And guess who got caught up into that? Nicole Johnson.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, she just cannot get a break, I'm telling you. And we're going back here to check out and see what happened. This is right on the restart. I'm seeing 3 wide happening right here ahead of her. Michael Leiby, and I believe that was Kurt Quist.
95, Rudy, right through the middle, in between Nicole and Michael Leiby.
Kurt Quist, yeah. He collects her and him into the outside wall, and she immediately tries to save it here, but she again hits him, and he gets spun by Thomas Lattimore, and we got cars like ghosting through cars here. Justin Bland involved in that, which he's been blinking on and off all night. But oh man, this is really tough for Nicole. She's going to go right to the inside wall and get more damage. Thomas Lattimore with more damage. His car's pretty much done for the night, and we were really counting on Thomas to be up there, giving these guys a dickens here in these closing laps. But we're back up here live, and John Schweikert continues to lead. Anthony Thitchner second, now Stephen Massey third. We're all trying to get caught up to the pace car. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a good race up to this point. I wanted to ask you, though, now, going into turn one, you know how rough that bumps are down there on the low side, and we see car after car taking that low side. Do you think that's the best way around, or do you think kind of staying up off the bottom just a little bit?
If you can come out of the gas on the entrance and with the right braking point, you're going to be able to just cut the turn in a very good angle, so you are going to get an exit very fast coming out of one. So that's going to give you a lot of speed into that short chute coming into the tunnel turn. Problem is, if you miss, not only you enter too early or too fast, you're going to hit the bumps, you're not going to be able to stop the car the right way, and you're going to lose speed. So it's a pretty big gamble. You need to be able to run that thing kind of perfectly. My opinion, the way I wanted to like to do it, and I'm seeing a lot of guys doing it, they seem to get a little bit further up towards that second groove, or at least middle of the first, because there are two consecutive bumps right in the middle of turn one that if you hit, you're going to hear your car coming out of sequence with that engine. You're going to be spinning your wheels, and that is very dangerous coming out of that surface, because there is a change in elevation coming through that turn. You go up and then down to go through that short straight on the back. That can get pretty slippery pretty fast.
All right, well, we just seen Anthony Thitchner. I think he thought everybody else was going to come to pit road, and they didn't. And he come down and took 4 fresh tires and fuel, and the rest of the field stayed out. So that'll put him back in 10th place. But obviously he doesn't seem to be too worried about it, because his car has been super fast today. The only one that's been out here that really gave him a hard time has been Nelson Rivera and John Schweikert. They've been really giving him a tough time today. Schweikert in the lead now. It's going to be difficult for him to get up through this field in I think they're going to have about 16 to go when they get the green. So he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, good break for him. A couple of cars went to the pit. I think 3 cars that were in front of him in between those leaders. So a little bit of a break for him right there. And Rudy, one thing that I don't think people at home can tell, today iRacing released their new build. So if you guys didn't mention it, we're racing with this new build for the first time. And even though iRacing didn't say that they were changing anything too specific, a lot of guys are commenting on aero differences between this race and a couple of other ones. So we don't know if it is just the package, the track, the temperature, but a lot of drivers are complaining that once they get too close to someone and they get pretty even, it's very hard for you to keep the nose of your car like glued to the track to come out of the turns pretty fast and try to overtake. So this is going to be interesting to see if Anthony doesn't get clear of these 4 or 5 guys in between him and those top 3-4 guys that he was racing with. We might start to see something that the car just doesn't behave the same way. He was up in front with clear track, fresh air, so everything at his disposal to be fast. Well, we'll see if something's going to happen to him. And Hibbs will be able to gain at least 3 positions right out of the gate on the very next lap, coming by myself, Michael Kinner, and Chuck. And if he continues on the track, he may be able to overtake and get a couple more positions, almost putting him into the top 10. So good thing that he was able to fix whatever damage he had or whatever problem he was having.
Well, Jeff, it's been a pretty interesting race for it to come down to this. Any closing thoughts here? What this race has been like to you?
Oh, this race has been awesome. I've loved the racing up front there so far by John Schweikert, and you know how the 87 of Anthony Thittner, how he just ran his race out, and you know we seen him in the beginning of the race. He was just pulling away from second place by like substantial amounts of time, and then we seen him in the later stages of the race where he started to kind of back off a little bit and conserve his tires because I think he burned them off on that first run. So yeah, this has been a very interesting race. I've enjoyed it, and it's not over yet. And I think we're still going to see some more great door-to-door racing here when they get ready to go back down because there's only going to be about 14 laps to go. So these guys aren't done racing yet. They're going to go even harder now to get to the front here and try to get a win tonight.
Couldn't agree more, man. That's what you got to do, and we've already seen patience thrown out the window here in about the last 20 laps. Ever since about the halfway mark, patience of each and every lap have gone downhill more and more and more and more and more, and it's coming down to the time now. There is no more patience. You've got to push your car the hardest that you pushed it all race long to try to get as many positions as you can. And we're liable to see more cautions, though. That always does bring out more caution when the guys push their cars that hard. But we're about to find out just how good these guys are going to do it here. 14 laps to go when they get the green, and they're heading into turn 3 right now. When we come out of turn 3, it's an almost immediate start here. So Jeff, get them going one more time, brother.
10-4.
On Schweikert and Stephen Massey on the front row.
All right, and the green flag's out even before the pace car pulls into pit road, man. That was quick.
We've seen all kinds of different starts on that one, haven't we, tonight?
Yes. Yeah, it was... Wow. Sorry, go ahead, Rudy.
Yeah, Schweikert jumps out there, and here comes Nelson Rivera. He knows these guys are... Whoa! Massey way up the hill. 3 wide. Oh!
Yeah.
This is what I was afraid of right here. Nelson Rivera, now he's going to have to make another charge at it as he falls back in behind Michael Leiby. Ron Miller with Anthony Thittner on his inside. Thittner drives it in there so hard. He drove it way too hard into the turn. He locked up the tires.
Well, that right there just shows you Thittner is trying his best to get back up to the front.
Well, he did pick off 3 positions since the beginning of the race, or since they got the green flag. But he's got to take it easy right now, because if he don't, boy, he's going to lose ground to them leaders big time. Now he goes side by side here with Ron Miller into the turn. Schweikert still leading Massey in second. Schweikert does complete the pass on Ron Miller this time and didn't have to drive it in that hard to get it.
Oh, he touched the wall, Rudy, on the exit of turn 1.
Oh,
yes.
Just a slight tap, though.
Here comes Michael Guidry driving by Ron Miller and by Anthony.
Yes, sir. He's kicking it up and about 5th gear, I think. Did he find 5th gear in there? Holy smokes.
I think they were saving that special set of sticker tires for these particular laps, Rudy.
That's exactly right. You got it. That's right.
Came into the pits. Harry put some magic tires.
Yeah. You can hold it. Cole, you can hold it. All right, well, back up front here, Schweikert leading the parade. 12 laps to go, and John is downshifting into turns. I've been hearing him. I know everybody has their own preference about that. We talked about this earlier, Jeff, that, you know, a lot of drivers have their preference of whether they want to downshift or not. Schweikert is one of the guys that does downshift, and hey, if it's working for him, that's, you know, more power to you. Myself, I don't like to downshift into turns, but it does help you slowing down, and it does kind of kick the back end around, though. That's a bad thing. Got to be able to handle that. Massey and Leiby going at it here. Leiby in third. Nelson Rivera. We really was thinking Nelson would be up there giving Schweikert a tough time. But we're 11 laps from it being over, so a lot can happen in 11 laps. Ron Miller gets back by Anthony Thitchner. Like Thitchner may have backed it down a little bit there to get them tires cooled off. They probably got really hot from them sliding. Josh Witherspoon, second place in the points. Here he is. Look at this at the end of the race, Jeff. This is just exactly why Josh Witherspoon is second place in the points, because he saves that car all the way to the very end of the race, and look where he's at, 8th place.
Yeah, and he started 14th tonight, so he's tracking very well. I can't say it. Excuse me, fairly well here, and hopefully he's getting ready to. I think get ready to try to pass Anthony Thitchner here.
Rudy, big reason why Anthony lost those two positions. Yet again on the exit of 3, he hit the wall coming out of turn 3.
Yeah.
So a lot of damage to the right side of that number 88 Chevy SS.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Okay. Just caught I mean, it's really not that much, but every little bit like that can affect the speed of your car. Now Witherspoon closes up on him. Witherspoon looks to the inside, going into the tunnel turn here. Thitchner trying to drive it in there hard to make sure Witherspoon don't get that run on him, but Witherspoon is going to make it. He does complete the pass on Anthony Thitchner and goes into 7th. Thitchner trying to cut back on the inside, but he's not in the race groove, and that's what's going to hurt him, and Witherspoon's still going to come out on top. Thitchner going to have to duck in behind Witherspoon. So he tried, but it's just, man, oh man. And you know, the guy that we were afraid that was going to be the guy to be out there to beaten was Anthony Thitchner, and he's led 53 laps tonight, the most of anybody, cannot be beat, so he will get the bonus point for leading the most laps. So congratulations to Anthony for that, but this is not where he wants to be this point of the race with 9 to go.
Do you think he's going to be rethinking that late pit stop that he did coming to pit and having to restart all the way in the back?
Yeah, I think so. But see, I think he was thinking more people were going to come down pit road, and they didn't. That's what kind of messed him up. Leiby on the inside of Stephen Massey for second. He does have him at the line, but he hasn't completed the pass yet.
Stephen might have the better line going through the outside and carrying speed coming out of that turn. If Leiby doesn't clear him, oh, he does.
He does, and Massey just kind of falls in behind him. I think he figured at that point right there that Michael Leiby's his set is probably just a tick better maybe in the turns, but Massey right on his bumper all the way down that backstretch.
And Rudy, one guy who's loving this, the number 1, John Schweikert.
Oh yeah, definitely. The more these guys battle here, the further he's getting away. But I'll tell you what, if Leiby can get it together here, he is closing the time down just a little bit. But you know, as we always say, Luis, catching Schweikert's one thing, but getting by him's another.
That number 1 car has a way of getting mighty wide, Rudy. I don't know why he does. I think he kicks the quarter panels on the inside, makes that thing get at least a feet wider on each side.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, that's what you got to do. That's the old Dale Earnhardt trick. He could make that car 30 feet wide on the closing lap.
Absolutely.
Well, Leiby is chopping that time down. He's down to 1 second behind Schweikert. He was out there like a second and a half, so he's cut us half a second off that lead. Get up here and watch Schweikert, because I know he feels Libby closing, so he's probably doing a little mirror driving right now, and that could be why he may not hit his marks perfectly every time. You see him kind of get off of that black strip there in turn 3. And you know what happens when you catch off of that black strip? That's a little less grip there. That let Libby close another 10th, but he actually lost it there on the straightaway.
Yeah, he cut the difference to less than 1 second right now, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can catch John's draft and take advantage of being a little bit closer.
Ron Miller, Josh Witherspoon in a battle here. Witherspoon trying to get another position, and he's got the car. He pulls out. Didn't quite have the run that time going in the tunnel turn. Oh, we got one loose. Guidry out of shape. He saves it, but he's going to be out of it completely right there. No caution on that. As he gets it back going, he's going to fall back to 11th place, but tough break for Michael Guidry. And that let Witherspoon kind of picked up another spot here. They all did, I should say. But now he kind of lost Ron Miller, but I don't think that race is over just yet. Here comes Anthony Thitchner back into the picture.
Anthony Guidry touched the inside, got a little bit of that apron on the tunnel turn. Once you hit that thing, you get loose, completely out of control. That's what happened. One small little touch with his left front tire. That's what drove Michael Guidry around.
Well, I think we got time enough to do. Oh, here's a challenge for 5th place. Josh Witherspoon inside Ron Miller. Now, Miller's got the line, but Witherspoon's been extremely fast here.
Side by side.
Yes, sir. 4 laps to go. This is the race right here. This is the only real race right now on the track, and he cannot make that work, man. He has tried and tried.
Here they were playing Chicken Rudy going into that turn 1 to see who was going to step on the brakes later.
Thitchner out of shape again, coming out of turn 1.
Here comes Josh again.
Yep, he's on the inside going into the tunnel turn. He may have him this time, but boy, Ron Miller's been so good on that outside. And there he does complete the pass on Ron Miller. They stay right in that black stripe. Well, Josh Witherspoon does. Stays right in that black stripe where there is a little bit more grip. A tiny bit. And Thitchner into the wall again. I think his race is pretty much cooked here. 7th place is about the best he's going to get. 3 laps to go. Libby has closed the gap down on Schweikert to 0.6 of a second. Does he have enough to get there? Got another battle here between Stephen Massey and Nelson Rivera. That's for 3rd and 4th. And this is about to the point where Rivera's tires start coming in, because he does have a great long run setup.
And Nelson was pretty upset on the radio when that caution that we were involved came out. He was pretty pissed because he thought he was going to have the longest race car to drive to the end if that thing went green.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, he would have had it because nobody out there's got as good of a long run setup as he's got, and he does take over 3rd right there from Stephen Massey. Man, I lost it there for a second. So Nelson Rivera goes into 3rd.
Wow, that was close.
Michael Libby doesn't look like he's going to be able to reel Schweikert in. He better do it. He's got 1 more lap to go here after this lap. Doesn't look like he's got anything for Schweikert out there right now. He would have to already be on his bumper, and I think Libby's figured it out right now. He says, I'm pushing this car as hard as I can, and I'm just not reeling him up like I should be. I mean, he's just about sliding it into the turns and out of the turns. He's doing everything he can. One more lap to go. White flag in the air for John Schweikert. He's got three turns to go here to bring it to victory lane at Pocono tonight. And he will lead 32 laps still, or 33, still not beating Anthony Thitchner's 53 laps tonight. So congrats to Anthony for leading the most laps. But the only one that really counts out here, Luis, is the last one.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants that W.
And John, coming from a very strong performance on our Coca-Cola 600 last week, coming to Pocono, pretty good race once again, driving from the back. Another pretty good finish. If he clears the wall, there he goes, Rudy.
Yeah, there it is right there. John Schweikert bringing it home to victory lane tonight. Congrats to him. Starting 13th, leading 33 laps, and bringing home the W here tonight for ECR. So we'll get these guys down here in just a minute, folks, and we'll get a word in with them. We'll start out here with John Schweikert. I can drag him down, Jeff, if you want to get the other two.
Alrighty.
John Schweikert, you got a copy.
Yeah, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, another W in your wheelhouse there, buddy, man. Well, I'll tell you what a fantastic race. Michael Libby closing on you. Were you starting to get a little concerned?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was running me down. I didn't know if I was going to have enough to hang on to him, and was just really, really focusing on running the cleanest laps I possibly could. And I just think maybe the downshift didn't help me because I was able to roll the centers really good through turn 1 and 3.
Well, after starting 13th tonight, and you only led 33, not the most of anybody out here tonight because Anthony collected that. But the last lap was the most important one. You bring it to victory lane. Congratulations to you again. Tell me a little bit about your racing out there today, because we did see you slip there once earlier.
Yeah, it was up and down, but it was a lot of fun. I definitely don't think I was the fastest guy. I think the 87 was definitely the fastest on track. Him and Nelson were really quick. It basically just boiled down to getting through them last couple yellows, and I just ran as clean and as fast as laps I possibly could and tried not to make a mistake, and it pulled off. I'm sure people get tired of seeing the one in victory lane, but it definitely wasn't for speed tonight. I mean, at least, on my end, it was just hard driving and coming up right place, right time and pulling it off. So definitely thrilled about that.
Absolutely. Well, great win here tonight. 100 laps here at Pocono, man. I'm telling you what, that's got to be real. That really wears on a guy because of the 3 different turns here at the Tricky Triangle. How much of an effort was it to you, John? Are you pretty well shot?
I'm not as wore out as I was at the 600, but yeah, the shifting, I don't know, maybe it was an advantage, but it was a lot of fun to do. It kind of wore me out a little bit because you got to be really easy on that throttle, and it kind of hangs that right rear out a little bit, but it's a hell of a lot of fun to do it. So, I mean, I'm a little wore out, but man, nothing like the 600 from last week.
Absolutely. All right. Well, anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, man, I want to thank you, broadcasting. Anybody that's watching, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, you better go do it. One of the best broadcasters in the iRacing community. Thank all the admins and all the drivers. It was a hell of a lot of fun, and I couldn't do this without any of them. Definitely got to thank my team, Spartan and the Wild Child Alliance. Put together a hell of a race car. I didn't do much testing this week, but Luis and Nelson and Tony DeGeneiro, they really come together this week and put something together for us. So it was a lot of fun. Can't thank them enough. And last but not least, shout out to my brother. Hope you got to tune in. If not, I'm sure I'll go back and watch it. Man, time to go celebrate. Have a good time.
All right, John, thanks for talking with us, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Jeff, you got second?
Yeah, Michael, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, tell us about your run you had out there tonight at Pocono. You started second and you finished second. Tell us how you come to the front to do that, and how did you feel tonight out there at Pocono, and how did tire wear and everything like that feel to you?
Well, it didn't start off the way I wanted to. Got into the 20 early in the race, which set me back, and then I pancaked the wall later in the race. into 3, and I ended up pitting early under a green flag and knew I wasn't going to make it on fuel, but I knew I had to get new tires to have a chance, and luckily 2 laps later I had a caution that came out, so I was able to get caught back up and get my damage fixed and just let it all hang loose on those last 10 laps or so.
Yeah, tell us about your run there trying to, to John Checkered up there, man. It looked like he had a fast car. You think you had anything for him there near the end?
I think I just burned up my tires just trying to catch him. I got within 4/10 of him, and I just couldn't really do anything else with him. All night I've been struggling. When I got close up to another car, I just got really loose, like wrecking loose, and I was fine when I was out by myself. So whenever I got close to a car, my handling would change completely, which I think that's what kind of contributed to that.
Yeah, well, we know that a lot of, we've seen a couple of drivers getting really, really loose off the corners tonight here at Pocono. Did your car ever get any loose, and how did you feel with your setup?
Oh, it was loose almost every time coming off the corner. You just had to control it and just know how to hit the gas and where to have the wheel at the right time to keep all your momentum up off the corner. That's very important here with these long straightaways. You want to definitely be in the gas and not out of the gas coming off the corners.
Yeah, Pocono is very challenging with his 3 distinct corners. We know that a couple of guys tonight were actually downshifting into some of those corners. Was you doing that as well?
No, I was not shifting at all tonight. I just felt like if I were to keep my speed up through the corners, I didn't really have to shift. I know I think John was running a different gear than me, so his gear allowed him to shift more efficiently than what I would have been doing with my gear that I was running.
Alrighty, yeah. Well, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight at Pocono. What do you think about going into next week at Michigan?
It's a love-hate relationship with Michigan. I don't typically run well there, and it's not one of my favorite tracks to go to, but hopefully find success next week.
Alrighty, well, yep. Congratulations to you tonight here, and good luck to you next week at Michigan as well. Gotta like to thank or give a shout out to tonight.
So I thank MaxSpeedTV for putting together this broadcast, and the ECR admins. They do one hell of a job each and every day to make this happen.
All right, well, go celebrate, my friend, and we'll catch you next week at Michigan. Luis, you got third. Nelson?
Yes, sir. Nelson, Luis in the broadcast booth with the boys. Got a copybook?
I do. Hi, Luis.
Well, talking to you under unfortunate circumstances to me, but you guys, especially you, ran one hell of a race. You came into this very pleased with the setup that you had in the car. You knew this was a long-run setup, ran up front most of the race. Tell us a little bit about your field during the race, how the whole thing played out, and those final laps that you ended up battling with Stephen Massey for third position pretty hard. Just give us a little bit of your recap about this race.
Yeah, those little battles throughout the entire race were fun, man. With Massey, Libby, Schweikart, and Anthony. It was just a bunch of guys up there. Lattimore was up there for a little while. It just had a lot of fun battling those guys. From at the front of the field, it was a hard racing, but it was clean, and it was. I just had a lot of fun today. As far as the car, the car was good. It just needed a handful of laps for it to come in, and that kind of hurt me there at the end. I lost a lot of time to the 1 and the 55 and the 6. We were lucky enough to reel in the 6 there with about 2 to go. But I was just hoping for probably a long enough run where we can do some green flag stops. And I think if we had that scenario, we may have had something for them. But it was a good race on my end. A top 3, another podium of my teammates finished first and second. So great run for them. So I'm pretty happy.
Well, you're coming out of a sequence of pretty good results. You already have 3 wins this season. So is this that type of the calendar? We go through some more courses in the next couple of weeks. We have Michigan, a track that everybody seems to enjoy racing next week. Is this that period where you can experiment, see if it works, especially coming with the new build that iRacing just released, and trying things out, trying different strategies, different setups to see if it's going to work, if it doesn't, or you guys are planning on staying the course and the best possible alternative at each and every week, that's the one that you plan on going?
Yeah, you always have to try new stuff. If you stick with the same thing week after week, you're gonna get left behind, especially with the crowd we got in here. It's you got to keep trying. Fortunate for us that we're in that luxury where we can try stuff because we got multiple wins. But then again, on the back of my mind, I want to get the 4th win, maybe a 5th. You start to get greedy. But yeah, for the most part, just trying stuff every week and prepare for that late season run in the chase.
I got you. But, well, 3rd place tonight, awesome race, led a couple of laps, was fighting up front the entire race. Congratulations. I'll give you the floor to whoever you want to say to everybody at home. The floor is yours. Congratulations again, Nelson Rivera, 3rd place finish tonight.
Yeah, I want to thank my teammates, Mike, Leby, Tony, D, the guys over at Spartan. I just want to thank those guys for the work again this week. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, Rudy, Jeff, Luis. Also, got Verizon back on the car, if you've noticed. We worked out a contract, so things are back to normal, I guess. So I'm fortunate for that as well.
And for about, well, congratulations. Go celebrate. That's our 3rd place finish tonight, Rudy. Nelson Rivera.
All right, guys, let's run down through the results here. John Schwaker coming home with the win here tonight. Michael Leby 2nd. Nelson Rivera finishing 3rd. Stephen Massey for the great effort there, finishing 4th. And Josh Witherspoon 2nd in the points, comes in the top 5. Ron Miller 6th. Anthony Thitchner trying to make a comeback, leading the most laps tonight here with 53 laps, but finishes 7th. Jay Adair 8th. Victor Cantrell 9th. And Michael Guidry 10th. Jeff?
Yep, we got Chris Steele finishing 11th. Douglas Hess will finish in 12th. Pat, said Russia?
Rouchet.
Pat Rouchet in 13th. Matthew Hibbs in 14th. Kurt Quist 15th. Thomas Ledamore in 16th. Justin Bland in 17th. Nicole Johnson will finish 18th. Chuck Harrell in 19th. And Michael Kenner will finish 20th. Rudy?
All right, Luis Salmaso. Tough break for you tonight, Luis. Man, that was just a total shame.
Yeah.
You were running up front all night. You were running up front there, brother. Man, what a break for you. Tony Diamond finishing 22nd. Tony D in 23rd. Chris Collins 24th. Ronnie Norman 25th. And Matt Morris rounding out the field in 26th position. Well, again, congratulations here to our winner, John Schwaker, for ECR, folks. Thanks for tuning in tonight on MaxSpeedTV. We'll be back tomorrow night for another broadcast. Till then, stay tuned and stay safe. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.